Yo, what's up guys, Kazar here. And before we get into this video, I just want to apologize for the audio. I honestly do not know if it's actually that bad because I've not heard myself talking in a video, but if it is bad, I really truly am sorry about that. And I haven't slept in like 3 days, so if this video has a low vibe to it, I am very sorry. Anyways, on today's video topic, today's commentary topic, I am actually going to be sharing with you guys a story that actually took place a couple of years back. Usually my life stories I tell on my channel, they usually happen like a couple months back, but this one actually happened a long fucking time ago, so I do not know if this is gonna change the quality of the video, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this anyways. Aside from all that, I know I said I was not gonna be talking about weed on my channel anymore, but this story is actually pretty fucking crazy, and I decided to share this with you guys. If you guys do not already know by the title of this video, my mom caught me smoking weed. And what makes this story crazy is that my mom never knew this person that I smoked weed with. Like, she's never even met this person, she's never been at this person's house, and she just randomly showed up at this person's house while I was smoking weed with him for literally no reason at all. And I don't know how she did it, but to this day she still will not tell me. Well, I mean, of course I haven't asked or anything, but okay, before I spoil too much of this story, I'm just gonna get right into it. Alright, so me and my friend used to hang out a lot. I'm not gonna say his name for, you know, privacy purposes. Anyways, me and my friend, I'm just gonna call him Jacob. Me and Jacob, we used to hang out a fucking lot. Like, I mean, we would skip school every single day just to hang out together. And if we didn't skip school, we would just walk home together. But there was a problem there. There was a little small issue about just walking home together. Alright, so me and Jacob, me and him used to just walk home. Like, my house was on the other side of the school and his house was on the other side of the school. Basically, we both lived like right next to the school, but both on opposite sides of the school. So it was very difficult to, you know, hang out together because we weren't allowed to walk home together because of the school rules said that we weren't allowed to walk home together without a note from our parents. So keep in mind, guys, the thing that I'm about to tell you, we literally did this every single day. Like, there was not one day that we did not do this. My mom literally always worked. Like, every single day she always worked. So every single day she worked, me and him would do this. You guys do not know what I'm talking about yet, but soon you will. So every time a teacher or a vice principal would ask us for a parent's note, every time we would ask a teacher to walk home together, we would just play along. We would just be like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever, dude. I just realized that I was like screaming. I'm sorry about that. I'm really not gonna do that anymore. But anyways, back to the story. So our school had like a backyard area to where like the football kind of field, like the basketball court was back there and everything. So that's where we would go for like recess and stuff. So you know how I told you my house was like on the opposite side of the school than his house was? I know it doesn't sound very intense the way I'm like saying it right now, but I was very sketched out when I was little. Well, I mean, not little, but you know, I was younger than I am right now. I smoked a lot of weed back then and I was always sketched out about everything. So every time we would walk home, I would go behind the school and I would wait for all the buses to pass, you know? And then after all the buses would pass, I would wait like for so long because I was always sketched out, and then I would zoom through the field, which would go through the back area to where I would end up on the other side of the school, and Jacob, so-called Jacob, would be waiting there for me so we can walk home together. So after about 162 texts from him and 35 calls, I finally built up the courage, the savageness in me to walk across or run across that field. Usually if I did get across that field, we would just run, so if any teacher did see us, they couldn't do shit about it. So we were just running as fast as fucking possible. We were running so fast. We were running through the highway and all that. Well, obviously not in the middle of the highway, but you know, all the cars that pass could see us. What I'm about to tell you, I do not support this kind of fucking behavior. I do not do this anymore. I used to a long time ago, but it's very bad for you, and I really do not want anybody that watches my videos to go out and do this. I did this a long time ago, and when I realized that I wanted it every single day when I woke up, I started to quit. And keep in mind, guys, this took fucking forever to quit. It took a whole year to stop doing this, so please do not go out and do this. So when me and Jacob got back to his house, we would always go and steal cigarettes from his dad. Once again, I do not support doing this. It's a very bad habit, guys. I still regret doing that from this day, even after I quit, because sometimes I still want some, and sometimes every time I see somebody smoke or I get offered a cigarette, I still want it sometimes. Anyway, so after we stole those fucking cancer sticks from his dad, we would go in the woods and smoke them. So after we were done smoking, we would usually go inside and we would match. If you guys do not know what match means, it means that somebody brings weed and you bring weed too. So basically, you guys would match your weed together so you get fucking more baked. Jacob's mom lets him smoke weed in the house, so we could like smoke weed in the house and not get in trouble for it. This is the most stupidest thing we could have done. We were sitting in the kitchen with the fucking windows wide open, with the curtains wide open, to where the public can literally see us through the window. If somebody drove by, they can literally see us smoking smoking weed. So now that I think back on it, that's probably why my mom caught me. That's probably why she stopped at that random fucking house to find me smoking weed in it. So we packed a couple bowls. We were like halfway done with one bowl. He was smoking another bowl. We were both just, you know, passing it around to each other. So we were pretty baked because we literally just started smoking weed like when this happened. I mean, obviously we've been smoking weed for a couple weeks when this happened because we wouldn't be smoking this much. And then all of a sudden, bang, we hear a fucking car door open. But me and Jacob really did not think anything of it. We thought it was either his mom or his dad. So he decided to go out there and check. When he walked out there, I honestly do not know what my mom said to him, but I'm guessing she said something like, "Hey, is my son here, blah blah blah." So I was really fucking high and I was already really paranoid and I didn't know who that was. It really did not like look like her car, but honestly I did not know what her car looked like, you know, from the first glance of it. All I seen was the back of the car and my mom's car and his mom's car like the same color. Alright, so this video is gonna be like 10 minutes, so I'm just gonna get straight to the point. So Jacob came back in and he was like, bro, dude, it's your mom, dude, your mom's here. And my heart just immediately fucking dropped. My heart just dropped out of my fucking ass. I was so scared, dude. I was like, oh fuck, dude, what are we gonna do? Hide the weed. We were both so fucking sketched out. And then I realized, Jacob, what the hell did you do with her? Where is she? He looks at me with the most evil grin anybody can ever stare at you. And I just immediately knew in my head because I know this guy. I know what he fucking does for a living. So I asked him what he did. And he goes, no, don't worry about it, dude. I just told her for a little bit. So I kind of got pissed because my life was on the line. My life was gonna end in 2 seconds. And I was just hoping to God he did not make it worse. So I said with the most meanest, I said with the most worst attitude I possibly could. I was like, dude, what did you do? Guys, do not fucking follow what this guy does. Do not do what this guy does for a living. Do not do to other people what this guy did to my mom. He told me that he threw my mom's purse. Literally chucked it so far to where it would take her so long to go get it. And then all of a sudden, boom, my mom fucking walks in with the most meanest face of all time. And you guys gotta keep in mind, she didn't know that we smoked weed yet. She was just so pissed off because my friend threw her purse in the woods and she had to go look for it. So she walks in. She already has the most meanest, the most evilest, the most demented look on her face, and she looks at me. And her face just turns worse because she smells the weed. She smells the dank marijuana. And my bowl was sitting right next to me. So she walks up to my bowl. She grabs my bowl. She brings it outside. She slams it on the ground as hard as she can. And obviously it's shattered into a million pieces because I do not have the money to buy a good sturdy bowl. She grabs my hand very sternly. Like she grabs it hard enough to cut my circulation off. She grabs my arm, brings me to the car, and let's just say I was grounded for over 3 months. I thought my life was over. I thought that was the end of my life. I thought that I was never gonna have my phone back. I was gonna be grounded for the rest of my fucking life till I went to college. I'm just glad that she didn't look for my weed.